Hi, I wanted to start working on the homework problem for chapter 5, just to help you get started with and see how to work through this assignment. So I'm going to do a quick screen share so that we can see the homework problem that I pasted from the textbook. Again, remember when you work on Connect, every single one of you are going to get different numbers, same problem, but different numbers. So pay attention to the exercise as I work through some of the numbers. So here we have a company, Low Life, that has defaulted on a $250,000 loan that was due on December 31st, 2021. The bank has agreed to allow Low Life to repay this amount, $250,000, by making a series of equal annual payments beginning on December 31st, 2022. So even before we look at the 4 different options we have over here, let's look at these 2 sentences and get some information. We have defaulted, we are the company, we have defaulted on $250,000 loan that is today. That's December 31st, 2021, which means this is the present value of the number that we are looking at. The bank has agreed to let us pay this present value, $250, what's owed now, by making a series of payments. So this is an annuity, a series of payments. It's either annuity due or ordinary annuity. The payments are going to start on December 31st, 2022, which means 1 year from today. Therefore, it's an ordinary annuity. So as soon as I have this information, I'm going to put this information down over here for myself. I have present value of the ordinary annuity is $250,000. The date today is December 31st, 2021. Payments are going to start on December 31st, 2022. So that's the information I got out of the first 2 sentences. Now the bank has given us 4 different options. That's what we're assuming, 4 different scenarios, and they've asked us to find some answers. So the first one is calculate the required annual payment if the bank's interest rate is 10% and 4 payments have to be made. So what we have over here is the present value is known, that's $250,000. The interest rate is known, 10%. The number of payments is known, 4 payments. So that's what we have over here. So we'll go through each one of these and enter the information down over here. So I'm going to move things a little so we can see the screen fully. And let me start out by minimizing this, my image, and move that to the side just to give us a little more room. And this is what I need for now. So I'll bring that down so we can see this. The second one says calculate the required annual payments if the interest rate is 8% and 5 payments have to be made. Okay, so we still have the same present value. That's actually not going to change in all 4 cases. So I can just copy that down over. Now in the second case, what they're saying is instead of 10%, it's going to be 8%. And the number of payments they've said is going to be 5. So they've lowered the interest rate, but increased the number of payments by 1. And the third option, we are told, the bank is going to charge us 10% interest. So that's known. They've told us how much money we should pay each time. We have to pay $51,351. But what they've not told us is how many times we'll make the payment. So how many years the loan is going to be outstanding. And the fourth case, they've told us 3 payments are required. So number of periods is given to us. They've not told us what the interest rate is, but they've told us what the payments are. This is a rather high number over here, 104,087. Okay, so now that I have this information down here, let me move this back up here where it was. I don't need that anymore. So let me scroll down and see what other piece of information I need. I have all the information given to me. Let me see what I will do over here. Present value of an ordinary annuity is payment times factor. All of this information, the factors I'll get from table 6.4. How do I know it's table 6.4? It's present value of ordinary annuity. So I've already pulled up that table, the table 4, present value of ordinary annuity. So this is the table we're going to refer to for all 4 cases. Let's go back over here. And And we're looking at a simple situation of solving for the unknown variable. Three variables: present value of ordinary annuity equals payment times factor. So let's see what's given and what's not given. I'll start out over here. This is the first one. Present value of ordinary key equals amount times factor. Okay, so what do I know over here? I know this number. I don't know the amount. Okay, what I can find out is the factor. The factor is 4 periods, 10%. So I jump over to the table and I look for 4 periods, 10%, and the factor is 3.16987. So write that down or copy and paste it and come back over here. And that's the factor we have, 3.16987. So I knew the interest rate, I knew the number of periods, I knew which table to go to, I found the factor. I have 3 variables in the equation, 2 are known, 1 is unknown. So all I need to do is, I need to rearrange the terms in the equation. So I'm saying present value of ordinary annuity divided by factor equals amount. Once I rearrange it and solve for that equation, what I have over here is the amount. The amount is, the answer I'm going to post now over here is going to be this number. And that's the answer we were looking for over here. Now the problem told us to round it up to the nearest dollar. So I'm rounding it up and the answer is 78868. Okay, this last column will come to that in a second. Now the next one is exactly the same as this, except the numbers are different, the interest rate and the number of periods. So again, we are going with the exact same formula. We are starting out by saying the exact same thing over here. We know the present value. We don't know the amount. We're going to look up the factor. Okay. For the factor, 8%, 5 periods. Let me go to my table. 5 periods, 8%. The factor is 3.99271. Write that down. Go to your table. Go back to your Excel table here and put that number. Exactly as we did this over here, you solve for the one unknown. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give you the answer here. The one unknown I have is 62,000. The unknown was the amount, the payment amounts, 62,000. Okay, so let me bring that answer over here. My answer is 62,614. Again, it's rounding up to the nearest dollar. So the payments are smaller because I've extended the payments by 1 period and the interest rate is lower. Okay, so this seems to be a pretty good deal. Now, here we are seeing that the payments are much smaller. So see how it dropped down from 78, 62, 51, but look at the interest rate, it's 10%, similar to the first one. So number of periods, what's going to happen to that? Let's take a look at that and see how to do that. So I'm going to start out by writing the formula. The formula is exactly the same as before. What I do know is the amount, the present value of the payments. Okay. What I also know is the payment amount. Okay. So I know the payment amount and I need to solve for the factor over here. So just as I did over here, I'm going to do the same thing and see what I come up with for the factor. So 250,000 divided by the payment gives me the factor. The factor is 4.86845. Okay. Well, that is, if you tell someone a factor, it makes no sense. What we need to know is the amount. So now what I do know is the interest rate is 10%. I know the factor. What I don't know is the number of payments. So here's what we do. Again, keep a note of this number, 4.86845. We go to the table. Okay. 10%. Okay. We are looking for the factor, 4586842. Now go and see what the number of payments is, 7. Okay. So what I did was, again, to let you know what we did. I know the interest rate is 10%. I know the factor. So I know the interest rate 10%. I know the factor. When I find the factor, I then go across and say, this is 7 periods. Okay, so for this, the answer I'm going to write over here is 7. And that's basically how I went to the table to find that. Now over here, I know the present value. I know the payment amounts. I know the number of payments, but I don't know the interest rate. So just like in part 3, we'll solve for the unknown. So I start out with my equation. The equation has stayed the same in all 4 cases. Present value of ordinary annuity equals amount times factor. Present value of the ordinary annuity is 250,000. That hasn't changed. I know the amount. Okay. I know the amount. So I solve for the factor exactly as I did before. So this one is similar to 3 and 4 are similar in how we came up with the factor. Okay, now that I know the factor, 2.40184. I know number of periods is 3. Let's go back to that table. Number of periods is 3. And I'm going to go all the way across until I find that 2.40183. And what I see over here is the interest rate. The interest rate is 12%. Okay, so the interest rate is 12%. Again, I knew it was 3 periods. I knew the factor. So I came all the way down over here and I found the interest rate to be 12%. So I come here and here I'm going to write the interest rate is 12%. Okay, so obviously, number of periods is much smaller. The interest rate is higher. Therefore, these payments are higher. Now, all of these numbers look very different. The first one, the third one is the smallest payment, but I'm going to make those payments for 7 years. The fourth one is the largest payment. I'm going to make that only for 3 years. So I'm going to do something really quickly over here. And what I'm doing here is I'm just taking these payments and multiplying it by the number of payments. Okay, take the payments and multiply it by the number of payments to see how much I'm going to be paying in each of these 4 cases. Okay, so and again, I dropped off the zeros over here. And which one do we see that is the best case or worst case scenario? So the fourth one, although the interest rate is the highest, because the number of payments is the lowest, I say I'm going to pay it off in 3 years. The total payments, you will notice, is the smallest. The next one is the one that has the smallest interest rate. So if you see the pattern over here, either you decrease the number of payments or you decrease our interest rate. Those are the 2 variables. Okay, that's all it is. That 250,000, I have to pay that money. So the smaller the interest rate, the smaller the number of payments, the better off I'm going to be in how much cash I'm going to pay out. So a lot of this depends on what's your comfort zone. Think of the problem the way it started out. Look at the name of the company itself, Low Life Company. That doesn't say much about me, right? Okay, we have defaulted on a $250,000 loan. So given that we have defaulted on a loan, which one are you most comfortable with? Spreading the payments over 7 years or trying to hurry up and do it in 3 years? Obviously, the bank is going to work with you and try and figure out which is the best solution for you. And as far as we are concerned in this problem, it was fairly simple. Read through the problem carefully and see what information has been presented and what's being asked of you. So I hope this helps you solve the work on the first homework assignment. Make sure to check your work as you're going along.